Hi. Helping people. Okay, why do we want to help people? The reasons aren't so clear cut and they might even surprise you. Hi, I'm Denise. I'm a certified health coach and I'm going to talk about the reasons we help people. I would like to shed some light on the nature of helping people because it's really, really complex. If you are that person that always wants to help, you always want to get in there and just help people, help your friends, help your family. But instead of getting the gratitude, you get basically just nothing but a slap in the face. And you don't know why they're being so ungrateful, and you think that they should be appreciating that you going out of your way and doing extra things for them, and you're confused about that. Or maybe you are on the receiving end of this kind of helping that you didn't ask for and you really don't appreciate. So helping people. I want to help people. You hear this all the time. And you've probably even said that yourself. It seems noble. And it is. But yeah, we all want to help people. It's human nature to want to help. So, what's the problem? There are two ways of looking at helping people. One is where you help me, I help you. We are part of a team. We help each other. Even if you are feeling bad or you need help with something, I help you, you help me. Or if you are part of a team, like think if you're part of a basketball team or any kind of sports team, everybody helps each other. Everybody's kind of equal. And yeah, sure, you would give assistance to whoever, but they do the same thing to you. So you don't look up to them and they don't look up to you. Everybody's kind of level. That is one way of looking at helping people. Now, another way of looking at helping people, as you see the other person or the other people as victim, and they are somehow less fortunate and less of a person than you, if you really look at it, and you're honest with yourself. If you look at a person that you are helping as a victim, and that might be, if you are looking at it that way, that might be the reasons that your friends, your family, and associates don't want your so-called help, because you're looking at them as being, well, I have all the answers and you've got a problem, so I can fix your problem. I can help your problem and I can make everything better. I can save you from yourself, kind of. That would be the way to look at it. Or if your friend, family, coworker, whoever it is, when they see you with a problem, they're right there, ready to fix it. And that's the other way of looking at helping people. I'm not saying don't go and help people, but the context that you go about helping makes all the difference in the world. So when you say, I want to help people, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to make my life work. And without saying something else, that in any other context, it's like, I want to help people. What exactly are you saying when you say, I want to help people? Okay, so here we have the Karpman Drama triangle. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, but this is what our patriarchal society is built on. And it has been for many, many, many millennia. And the Aboriginal cultures had a different way of looking things. They had looking at things, they had a nurturing. This is a triangle. There's just more of a circle with, and they nurture each other where everybody's equal. But unfortunately, in our society, we don't do that. So we always have this constant struggle between different roles, and we could be playing different roles at the same time, but we're in one of those roles. So you can be the oppressor, so the person causing the pain, or you can be the rescuer or the victim. Put the victim at the bottom. And the rescuer is helping the victim. So when you say, I want to help people in this patriarchal society, you want to be a rescuer. You want to be that helper, because it's better to be that helper than to be the victim, right? Nobody wants to be a victim. Come on. You want to be a helper. Please, please let me help you, and I'll feel better myself. So that is one of the self-serving ways that we actually help people, right? And there's nothing wrong, like I say, I'm going to say this throughout, there's nothing wrong with this need or this really strong desire to help people, but always have it in your back in your mind, why am I doing this and what am I getting out of this? Because you got to be getting something out of it, or you wouldn't be doing it. And so to always have that victim, you always need an oppressor. You always need somebody to create a victim, because you always need a victim. If there's no victim, then you can't be the rescuer. And so if you're looking at it like this, I want to help people, and that's what I want. You know, there's no other context. There's no other, like, in what circumstances, in what way do I want to help you? I just want to help people. Then this is what you're kind of portraying. If you want to just help people, what exactly are you saying? There are several reasons that people can choose to help people. Let's face it. Okay. For example, you know, we're just going to give an example, the common example that we use when we say help people, just out of, you know, altruism, which really doesn't exist anyway, but just give money to a beggar on the street. Okay. So supposing you walking down the street and a beggar says, spare change, ma'am, or sir. And, you know, you look and you go, okay, I've got some money to give you. And so why did you do this? I want to help this man. But why? You know, if you were honest about why you wanted to help this man, it would be one of several reasons. It's not just everybody helps for the same reason, especially when it comes to things like giving money to a beggar on the street or similar kinds of things than that. Okay, so one of them, number one, I want to feel superior, right? Helping him makes me feel better than him, and even possibly better than those around me who are not helping him. After all, you have to be better than the other in order to help. There's no two ways around that. If you are going to help me with my math homework, you better be better than me at my math homework in order to be of any help at that math homework. So if you're saying, I'm going to help him, I want to be better than him. Okay, and that makes you feel superior. And there's a lot of people, we know a lot of people who give money to charities, which it's, you know, I give money to a charity. I'm World Vision sponsor, and you know, so I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but look at the reasons why you might be doing that. Are you doing that because I want to be superior to that person or those people? Okay, reason number two, I have been told that God wants us to help others. We all know God wants us to help your fellow man, right? That gives me hopefully a greater chance of getting into heaven. All right. So, you know, you're taking out your change, right? And you're out of your pocket and you're looking up at the sky and go, look, God, please, you know, put a check mark for me for today, you know, like I did something good. Hopefully that gives you that way to get into heaven. Now, there are people who do that. That would be a reason to help that person on the street, or at least if people were honest, that they would tell you that. And reason number three, I don't want to feel bad when this person dies, when given this person just a little bit of money might have saved his life. So you read in the newspaper the next day that this guy died, and you go, oh my God, I remember that face, that face. And you think, well, maybe if I gave him some money, he might not have died. You want to avoid that. And that would be the reason that you give money to that beggar. And reason number 4, I like the feeling of giving and sharing with others. I just love that sharing feeling. I feel good when thinking that that person is using my money and his life is better. That could be a reason why you would be giving money to someone on the street. And sometimes we help people, and this wouldn't be the beggar on the street, but sometimes we help people because it is our duty. And sometimes you might find people who think, okay, it is my duty to give money to the person on the street because I have it and I have a duty to that is my belief. But sometimes you have to help people because it is your duty to help them. You're doing this as fulfilling your duty. Now, all of these reasons are self-serving. They're not altruistic. They are self-serving. Some more so than others, obviously. You question that liking the feeling of giving and sharing with others is self-serving. Oh yeah, basically, yeah, it is. It is because you are still doing this for you and you are enjoying the feeling of giving. It's you who are feeling good. I'm not saying that's bad. It just that this is in the true sense, it is self-serving. And I want to point that out because when we live our lives, right, and we're giving to others and we're doing, what we can for others, and we feel good about that giving, and we feel good that somebody else's life might be better because of us, but we are feeling good too. It is a two-way street. So I want to emphasize that helping people isn't like, I'm the one who's helping you, I'm the rescuer, you're the victim, I'm giving everything to you. No, it's more like this. Even if you are helping somebody and it seems that you're doing all the helping, no, there's some give and receive there. You're getting a lot back. Whether you want to acknowledge that or not, it is true. And I just want to point that out, that is a big part of helping. Suppose you choose your line of work because you want to help people, and that helping people is the primary reason for choosing this path. But what exactly do you mean by that? I choose to be a nurse because I want to help people. Well, every job that you would choose would be basically to help people, humanity, or the world in some ways. Otherwise, you wouldn't be employed. That's the reason that we do what we do. Everything we do is to make the world a better place. And that's human nature. And it comes down to what you have a passion for, not, start off with like, I want to help people, and find it's like, oh, a nurse helps people. Well, so does everything else help people in one way or another. Choose your line of work or share your gifts because you are passionate about it. Not because you want to feel like the rescuer. And it's like, obviously, if you're a nurse, you're helping people, but not as a rescuer. You're getting something in return. I point this out because we are here to nurture each other, not to have people here, people there, somebody looking down on you, and also you looking down on somebody else. We always have this constant struggle in our society where you feel inferior. It's like, oh, I got to look up to these, they have better status than me, and I feel lowly. And then you go somewhere else, it's like, well, I'm better than them, so I can be at that higher up stage. No, that's not the way it works, or the way it should work. No, we're all equal, we're all the same. Look at each other eye to eye. We are all human beings. That's it. So stop trying to be something you're not, and stop trying to be the one up. And you'll be more yourself if you don't do that. And you'll be able to share your gifts a lot better if that's how you live your life. Now, back to why do you want to be a nurse? Because I like medicine and I like caring for people at the end of the life, or whatever stage, whatever part you're in, like that's what I like to do. I am passionate about medicine, or I'm passionate about this area of expertise that I have. We all want to help people. It's human nature to want to help people and to make the world a better place. But we all have unique gifts that we can share with everyone. And until we stop trying to be that one up, that rescuer, that helper, and just be who we are, then we'll be able to shine. We'll be able to be the best, whoever you are, that you can be. And that could be whatever gifts you have, whether it's medicine, whether it's art, whether it's music, science, drama, or whatever it is your gifts are. You can start sharing them, realizing that they're no better or no worse than anybody else, and you can develop it to your full potential. So I'm going to share a story. I worked in Nunavut, northern Canada, that was a couple of decades ago in the Arctic, and I was there for a whole summer. So this is way, way, way up in northern Canada, way up there where those Arctic islands are, up where I was there in the summer and the sun did not set for the whole time I was there. Or actually, it did start setting in August, late August. But yeah, the sun is up 24 hours a day. That's how far north it is. There's no trees, and it really doesn't get warm enough to take your toque off. Or at least for me, the Inuit were fine. They were in shirt sleeves. But anyway, I was doing a research project dealing with foods that the locals were eating, specifically the Inuit people. And they tell me that they have been over and over again the victims of this so-called helping. Every time you turn around, there's somebody that wants to do a survey, and I was one of those people. And they're just being bombarded by this, and they don't mind doing your survey, but don't look at them like they are lower than you, like you're there to help them because they're victims. They don't know what they're doing. They are human beings just like you. And they had that sense that they were looked at as being lesser. And the sad thing is that they have like different teachers that come and go because people don't live there for very long. Unless you are Inuit, or you marry into the community, you're only there for like a few years at the most. And so they get different doctors coming in, and they have to tell their conditions over and over and over again, get used to different ways of doctors and nurses and everybody. And they all have this look at them, because their society is pretty pathetic. There's a lot of problems with them. But everybody's got the solution. Oh, I know how to help you. And instead of looking at them, it's like, well, let's have a conversation and let's talk about this. Let's talk about the food you eat, and what kind of foods did you eat before, and explain to me. And if you try caribou jerky is really, really good, and char liver, the way they boil it is extremely yummy, and it's really chock full of vitamin D. Now, did anybody ever tell them that before? No, instead, people go up there and go, oh, I can fix your diet. You can eat smoothies and broccoli, rather than talk to them about what they want and how they've developed it, and explain to them why they cannot feed their children cookies for breakfast. And that's something, sadly, that had been happening. And there were people developing rickets, and their teeth were falling out at the age of 4 or 5. It was really sad. But if you don't look at them as a human being, if you don't look at them like they have like a brain, then they're not going to pay any attention to you. They're not going to believe what you say, or they are just going to hang their head. And actually, even children did that. When a kid approached me one time, said, are you a teacher or a nurse? the women that go there are usually teachers and nurses. And I said, no, I ask questions. I do surveys. I ask questions about people, what people eat. And the little kid hung her head, said, we eat nothing but junk food. Seriously, she said that. And I said, no, 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 you don't eat just junk food. You like caribou, don't you? Yeah. You like char, don't you? Yeah, well, those are really good foods. And she's just kind of looked, because that's what people had been telling them. That's the kinds of things that they were going through, and telling you over and over and over again that you're inferior, that you're lower, and that's a big part of the reason why it kept going, and why, they don't improve, and they have like serious social problems, because from an early age they think that they're bad, and that they can't figure their own lives out, and somebody has to fix them. And this child was only 8 years old or somewhere around there, and she was telling me that. And so I made a point of, when I was there, of talking to them one-on-one, having a conversation with them, and treating them like human beings. I wasn't hard. It's like, because they're no different than me and you. But anyway, so now, if you want to help or fix or save the people around you, that is a topic in itself. And that's for another time. And that goes very, very much deeper into psychology, and suggests kind of like some kind of codependence or an empath type personality. And like, I'm not going to cover that. Of course, we do coexist and we do help each other, but as equals, or it should be equals. And we should be there to share whatever gifts every day in your day-to-day activities, not just in your work, just in your day-to-day activities. If we all did this, the world would be a better place for everyone. Thank you very much for listening. And if you really like this, please subscribe to my channel. It's very new and I'm just trying to get it figured out, but thank you very much for listening.